good Lord's blessed us, that's all I can say, is because I was sitting home having lunch with Vita, my wife. All of a sudden my phone rang. I decided, wow, I'm going to answer this, and I answered it. And JW, he bought a Springfield Classic from us about 3 years ago, and it was him. And obviously, the nice thing to say is, how you doing, how's life been, and all that stuff. He started to go into that, but he says, let's just cut through the chase. He says, I want to build a bike for Toby Keith. I'm going, Toby Keith, the famous country singer? He goes, yeah. And he kind of told me what he wanted, and I said, well, we have a bike at the shop there. It's not exactly what you want, the color like yours, I told him, but it's the same style and everything. I said, have to do a little bit of customizing to do, but we can make it happen. I says, how long do we have to build it? Oh, he says, I want to deliver it next Wednesday. We have a week to build it? Oh my God. I said, yeah, we can do it, we can do it. So next thing I knew, I text Tito, my son, he's the general manager. I told him, hey, we got a week to build Toby Keith a bike. All of a sudden, my phone rang again, and he says, what? That's what I said too. I said, it's kind of crazy, but those opportunities come up once in a lifetime, and you got to make the best of them. So we're going to build him a nice bike.
My name is Guadalupe Ceballos. Everyone here calls me Tito. I am the general manager at Pikes Peak Indian Motorcycle. So Toby Keith is getting a Springfield Classic. It is the old school look of the Indian motorcycle. It pays homage to back in the early days when they had the full valance fenders and just that unique look compared to the new modern day bikes. JW, one of our former customers, the owner of the Boot Barn Hall, brought this to us, wanting us to make it look like his own. The bike that he has is a vintage, which is similar to the Springfield Classic, but a few differences to it. It has leather bags rather than the hard bags. He's added a lot of extra leather parts to it to give it that more vintage feel. So that's what we're going with on this Springfield Classic. We're pretty much turning it into a vintage and giving it a little extra unique touch. So what we're going to do for getting all this taken care of, we're going to get the bike in the back to one of our best techs, Tobias. He's going to start at the back of the bike. He's going to get the bags stripped off. Next, he's going to go to the exhaust. He's got to pull the whole exhaust system off. Next, he'll be installing the new exhaust on the bike. It's fishtail, so it's a full-length exhaust. It's going to stick out a little further than your average exhaust, and it's going to have a nice look on the back to accent what we're going with. The sound of the exhaust too on the new exhaust is going to be amazing. A lot louder sound, a lot more rumble to it. Definitely a bike that will be heard. We're going to take the hard bags off. We're going to add the leather bags on. Give it, like I said, a little more of that vintage touch. Next, we're going to be working on the wheels. We wanted some nice white wall tires rather than the black walls that come with it. It's just another small touch that adds to that real vintage feel that we're going for. We also had some custom grips made. So Indian stopped producing the leather grips that we wanted to use on this bike. So we had one of our outside vendors custom build these just for this bike. We're also adding a full stage 1 to this bike. So that includes a full fishtail exhaust, stage 1 air cleaner, and also an upgraded tune to make everything run perfect. So the last personal touch that we're going to put on this bike, JW wanted to do himself. So we sanded down one of the side covers in order for him to write a nice note to Toby Keith thanking him. So that's going to be the final piece that we put on this bike as a momentum to Toby from JW. He's gonna love this bike. An Indian in general is one of the best motorcycles out there. Way smoother ride than you'll find from any other company. I believe that once he rides this bike, it's gonna be his favorite. When you come into our dealership, you get more than just your average guy trying to sell you a bike. You're gonna feel like family.
That's kind of how we run our dealership. When people leave here, they feel like they're a part of the family. So that's the way it is.
So this is a very exciting build. This is something that we love to do, is build custom bikes. Over the years, this gets us very excited. The excitement of making the bike their own is something that we look forward to, and we have a great time doing.
Good morning, everybody. This is Tito and my dad from Pikes Peak Indian Motorcycle. We are sitting outside of Toby Keith's house so that we can go in and surprise him with a brand new bike. We got her done. We delivered a bike to Toby Keith, built by us. It was a Pikes Peak Indian Motorcycle.